right here, Race to a Million Challenge, that we, me and 10 buddies of us came up with this idea of way we could control ourselves. Well, I shouldn't say me, but the other ones control themselves a little bit. And we were going to start with a $1,000 bet.
Here's the rules.
Yeah. Got the rules right here.
It's on our Instagram page. You can go read it.
You can read it, but I don't need these rules.
It's a commitment.
I know the rules in my head. So
you came up with them.
Yeah. You start with $1,000 bet, and you have to double it every time you win until you get to $1 million.
Which is 10 winners in a row?
11.
11, that's right.
So you have to double each time you win. If you get to winning about 6 or 7 in a row and it gets up there high enough where you want to take your winnings, you got to give, if you want out, you got to give the rest of the group 20%.
Correct. And you're out the rest of the year.
And you're out the rest of the year.
If anybody else makes it.
But if anybody, no.
Yeah.
No.
If you buy out, you're out. You're not a shareholder anymore.
You're always a shareholder unless you don't use all your bullets.
Unless you don't use all your lives and buy out. Got you.
All your bullets. You got 5 bullets. You got 5 chances. So everybody put up, basically they're committing to $5,000 at $1,000 a bet. So you got 5 chances. We started this before the season, and it was.
You have to make a bet every 14 days.
We got Boyz. Then we got All-American, we got White Tees, we got Popeye, we got Broke Boy, we got Escobar, we got Kingpin, we got Atlas, we got Landman, and we got Minsky. And I can go on and tell you this. This is the first time, well, we did a little bit of podcast up at Back 9, but this is the first time we've done a podcast this football season. And I can go on and tell you, this is a bunch of degenerates now. A bunch of degenerates.
Half our group's out of lives.
Who we got out of lives?
Atlas.
Popeye is done, right?
Yep, Popeye's done.
Popeye's done. He's already used all 5 lives. He's
Atlas
out.
is done.
Atlas is done. And we're on what? We're on week 3?
I think All-American's done too.
All-American?
I think he's done, he's done.
Okay.
Because if it's in black, you're done.
All right.
I'm looking at the spreadsheet.
All-American's done. So we got one person in a real good position. I've only used one of mine, and I won one, and then I lost my second chance. So I'm on my second life, and I've won my first one. I used it on 49ers second half.
Okay, I've used all mine, but I got 3 out of 5 live. I'm dead 2.
Dead 2.
I got 1 to second base, and the other 2 just 1 winner.
Yeah. So basically what we're going to do is we're not going to put anything up until somebody, we hope, gets a little bit hot. Because you got, 1,000 goes to 2,000, 2,000 goes to 4,000, 4,000 goes to 8,000. I think the highest we got somebody was
to 13,000.
No, we didn't get nobody got 13,000.
They lost the bet.
They lost the bet.
From 7 to 13, they lost. That was last week on Auburn.
We've had 2 chances to get to 13, and both of those lost. So, but when somebody gets hot, that's when we're going to post it, and hopefully we can get to ride, and that'll get exciting watching that bet get up there. We might not do it.
Hopefully this will catch
on.
on.
Get somebody to get there, and I think I'm gonna give it a run, but it's still hard. You got to get to 13. You got to go. That's 4 winners in a row. Mm-hmm. You got to go 4 winners in a row, and it's hard to go 4 winners in a row. You have to bet at least every 2 weeks.
And it's only minus 120, so it's a straight bet.
Yes,
you're not getting any money lines.
So minus 120 is the highest you can play. So right. it is tough. And, with this group, which I call them a bunch of degenerates, which they are, I mean, we're fixing to be, everybody's used a ton of lives already, and we're on week 3, and like I said, we got almost to 13 twice. So I've only used 1 life, and I'm on my second.
I feel like me and you and maybe one other of our participants has got some strategy. I think everybody else was just firing.
They're like most people that can't wait. And that's what we're going to have to, hopefully, we get into this year, because we're going to do a lot of sports bet talking, because that's what we like to do, and try to teach you to be patient, which is hard. Right. You can't teach patience, man.
That's right.
I mean, if you can be a little patient in this game, I'm not saying you can win every single time or you can win for the whole season, but you can enjoy yourself a little bit and have a chance.
Exactly.
If you can just have a little bit of
It's like
patience.
me when I go play blackjack. I tell everybody I just want to be able to sit down long enough to drink 3 or 4 or 5 beers, win or lose a couple hundred, whatever.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
if you're not paying attention, you'll go broke in an hour. Same way with betting on sports. You
No
think
doubt.
you're gonna sit around and have fun on a weekend, then go 1-8 before the night starts and see how much fun you're having watching the night games. I don't care if you bet $50.
We hit on this a little bit last year. Everybody has a system. A lot of people, you know, we said make your own system. Definitely listen to other people. Try to get as much information as you can. We're only in week 3, so you really don't know much. Still don't know much.
Correct.
You know, we're learning a little bit more each week. I feel like this week is not a good weekend.
No.
I mean, there's not many good matchups. We're going to go through some of the matchups. We were trying to get Mr. Chalk. He's going to be a new one coming on this year. That's Wisey. He's a partner. Here we got DoorDash calling. Hold on 1 second.
Get them wings here, Biggin.
Hello? Wisey, the food's here. It's still recording it in Austin. All right.
Hey, will you tell him to get me a beer, please?
All right, where was I?
You were on Mr. Chalk's got some plays.
Yeah, we're going to have Mr. Chalk come in. And we were going to have him come in tonight, but we had some technical difficulties and couldn't hear him. And but that's what we're going to do a lot this year. Get Mr. Chalk to come in, give us some of his plays. We like more options. You can get different people's opinions. You roll with who you want to roll with.
Yeah.
Obviously, we proved ourselves last year a little bit. You got really hot. We both got hot. You've already started off hot this year. Will has had 3 picks this year. He's 3-0. You started off with, what was your first pick? Because I didn't pick
Ole
first
Miss
week.
over first week.
Ole Miss over first week.
Blowout winner.
Yeah, blowout winner, easy winner. And then he comes back with
Nebraska and Tennessee last week, blowout winners.
Yeah, both easy winners. I go with Auburn, and I'll tell you, it was just it was a pick because I talked to a couple people, felt like they were the better team. They're going to Auburn. I felt like Auburn was better this year. They got some weapons. I thought California, they go out to California last year with that team who wasn't any good and beat them. I just figured they were going to run over them. We watched the game and, they came out, scored quick. Cal scores right back. Auburn gets the ball, gets a tip pass, interception, and Cal looked like they were beating them up front and getting to him.
They controlled the rest of the game.
They controlled the rest of the game. The game was kind of a boring game. You can't turn the ball over 5 times and win. You can't do it.
Nope.
And
you
turnovers.
can't win when you can't block.
Yeah. And they were beating them up front and
killing them.
Whether that was some type of scheme or
Cal's got a good coach.
Well, you can say, as I was listening to you earlier talking about, well, now you think they're not that good up front. We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. They could have had some, they just could have had some good scheme that week and learned something on Auburn, knew something on Auburn. Obviously, they got a good coach, like you said. So I'm not counting them out. And Freeze is so inconsistent.
Auburn's total wins at the beginning of the year was 7.
Yeah.
So they're not expected to be great. It may be to do with their schedule. I hadn't even looked at it.
Yeah.
But
if you're in SEC,
I was thinking that you would get good numbers on them early in the year because they're clearly not getting a lot of respect from Vegas as far as winning and losing games in the SEC.
Well, they got a wide receiver core now. I know that.
That's what I was about to say.
I know that.
I like.
But you got to have somebody to throw it to.
When you see weak defensive fronts or pass rushing teams, I think Auburn's going to be a good play this year.
I just don't know about that quarterback, man. He has not proven himself yet. But Freeze keeps
last
sticking
year
with
we
him.
wanted the other guy the whole time, and now this guy's back.
Yeah. He's sticking with him for a reason. I don't know. We'll see how long. Those Auburn fans, they will. There's like any fans, but when you get to Auburn or Alabama or those type teams and you don't win or stuff like that, you're going to catch.
Oh,
hell.
I talked about it earlier. Yeah. I got 2 predictions this year. I don't think Florida's coach makes it out of the year, and I'm worried LSU's didn't. I hope they don't get rid of him.
I can't believe they got him anyway.
It was not a good hire.
Yeah, the Florida, that's going to be a subject we're going to have to hear it all year long. About Lane possibly going to Florida. That's something good to, we can hit on. But it's
not
bottom
happening.
Bottom line is we don't have a clue.
Yeah,
we don't, and nobody does. And you can talk about it all you want, whatever. All we can go off of is what we think, and what we think is I feel like he likes it there. His kids like it there. He's changed. He's becoming an elite coach, getting the money. They got a good program. They got something working. This NIL, all this stuff. So why would you? Why would you? That's where you got to go.
Correct.
Like, and the only thing is, you can take your players with you now pretty easily.
Yeah.
So that is, people talking about the fishing and all that.
I mean, dude, have you ever been to Gainesville, Florida?
No, it's got to be a shithole.
It's a shithole.
Yeah,
like
and
come on,
he's
man.
probably never felt this Southern hospitality.
He's been. We talked about it last year. He's not going anywhere if he ain't going anywhere yet.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to. I mean, we're just gonna kind of mute that all year because people are gonna post. I already saw a post about it.
I just want to talk about us if we're gonna have a chance to get in the playoff and win the national championship this year.
Yeah, we're talking about Ole Miss, and I just think there's not too much to talk about right now. Besides, we're really good.
Yeah,
we're really good.
We're one of two teams I'm looking at big time, and along with Tennessee as the kind of dark horse guys that can play with the big boys. We were hollering about Tennessee.
Yeah. Oh, early. All over it.
And now they just jumped from 14-7, so Vegas knows they're real now.
Yeah.
And we know that coach is good.
Well, that quarterback's good too.
Damn right he is.
That quarterback's good.
Just like 2 years ago when they only lost one game and they kind of were in Alabama situation last year, got left out of the playoff. Now 2 years later, here they are.
I mean, this year's going to be so fun, man. It's just with this 12-team playoffs, and we're just getting started. There's so much we're learning in sports betting. The more stats you can get, the more you can watch a team, the better you can get a feel. I just feel like next weekend is going to be the start of some good games. Like this slate, there's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, where is game day? There's not even where is game day?
I have no idea.
Look it up real quick. I'm fixing to go down some games and get some lines, and we're going to talk about them. So I'm going to try to pick out some of the games that I might kind of looking at, but I'm sticking to halftimes right now.
Yeah.
And the way I'm going to do that is
LSU at South Carolina.
LSU. That's it.
That's awful. My God.
Are they both ranked?
No.
So there's
South Carolina smoked Kentucky last week.
Yeah. Well,
I got some
Mr.
picks.
Chalk was talking about that. Was talking about Kentucky not being as good this year, possibly won. But we're going to call Mr. Chalk here in a little bit. I can't get him. I'm just going to put him on my speakerphone and get his 4 plays. I'm not going to have anything yet. What I'm going to do, and I told you, is I'll probably, if I really like something, and people that, I don't know how many, but there are some that like to get our picks, and that's how we're going to grow. So I might just go live on some halftime stuff.
I mean, we got brewing right now.
Yeah, we got something brewing right now.
We're already on Buffalo pregame, and they're looking like they're going to be like San Francisco. Yeah. Look.
Wee-wee's on Buffalo. I'm not on Buffalo.